Doomsday Leaks just dropped another teaser trailer, which, honestly, was expected. But what I did not expect was how hard they went with it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, first we had the Steve Rogers-related teaser leak, then Thor's teaser surfaced, and now we finally have the X-Men teaser. And trust me, the Russos actually cooked this time. From what we're seeing, it's very clear that something insane is coming. A lot of people, including me, were speculating that the third trailer would be the full Doom trailer, but plans seem to have changed. Apparently, the original idea was to release all these teasers exclusively in theaters, with zero chances of leaks, and then upload them online a week later. Yeah, that plan completely failed. Because of this, it's being reported that Doom's trailer has been postponed till the Super Bowl. Instead, they dropped the X-Men tease, and next up might be Fantastic Four. Now, normally, you'd think a short X-Men tease wouldn't generate that much hype, but after watching this, you actually realize how insanely well made it is. Let's break it down, without going too deep, because the leaked footage isn't very clear. Once it officially drops in high quality, we'll do a proper breakdown. The teaser starts at the Xavier Mansion, and it's immediately clear that something has gone very wrong. The entire place looks destroyed. What's even more unsettling is that we don't see any X-Men, or even mutant children walking through the corridors. Considering this is a school, there should be children, but there are none. We see the Xavier Institute nameplate, surrounded by complete devastation. Then we're shown Professor Xavier, first his wheelchair, and over all of this, we constantly hear Magneto's voice saying, "Death will come one day no matter what." The real question isn't when death comes, it's who you are when your eyes finally close. After that, we see Magneto and Xavier together, both visibly aged. You can tell instantly that if they were forced to fight now, they don't have the same strength anymore. But Magneto's words make one thing very clear. This is the final fight. They're too old for this. They've fought countless wars already. But this is the last one. And the most important detail, they're together. If you followed their journeys, you know how deep their bond is. Their ideologies always put them on opposite sides. But that conflict is literally the foundation of X-Men. So if Magneto and Xavier are standing together now, it means something extremely serious is happening. Then we see James Marsden's Cyclops, and this is where things go crazy. He's wearing a comic-accurate costume, very similar to X-Men 97. The blue and yellow colors are fully visible, with the X symbol clearly shown, and from his expression alone, you can tell something horrific has already happened. Cyclops reaches a point of complete desperation and removes his visor. His optic blast erupts uncontrollably, destroying everything around him. Bombs are dropping, fires are raging, and if you look closely in the background, you can see giant mechanical legs walking forward, clearly Sentinels. And then, the teaser cuts. Text appears. X-Men will return in Avengers Doomsday, which we already knew, because their names were revealed earlier during that infamous chair announcement. Behind-the-scenes images had already shown Sentinel parts, so we knew they were coming. But that Cyclops moment? That fixed something inside me I didn't even know needed fixing. Why this Cyclops moment matters. We've been watching James Marsden's Cyclops since X-Men 1, 2, and 3, and let's be honest, he was completely underutilized. If you followed the comics, or X-Men 97, you already know how important Cyclops really is. He's not just a clean-cut hero. Sometimes he's inspirational, sometimes morally gray, and sometimes outright dangerous. The movies never explored that. In fact, in X-Men, The Last Stand, the Phoenix Force storyline, Cyclops was crucial, and yet they kill him off in the first 10 minutes. He's been criminally underused. So seeing Marvel finally recognize his potential actually made me feel grateful. Alright, Cyclops glazing over. Let's move on. What's really happening here? From the battlefield visuals, it's obvious. A massive war is underway. Dr. Doom is almost certainly involved, even though they haven't shown him yet. And that's actually a good thing. What is clear is the extinction of mutants. Sentinels are mutant-killing machines. They're insanely powerful, endlessly produced, and nearly impossible to stop. If Cyclops has removed his visor and is firing non-stop, that tells you everything. You don't reach that point unless you're completely out of options. Most likely, many of his fellow mutants are already dead or dying. That could also explain why characters like Storm, Halle Berry, or Jean Grey, Famke Janssen, haven't been cast. Either their roles are very small, or they're already gone. Cyclops isn't holding back anymore. This is his final stand. From an MCU perspective, we've only seen one X-Men universe recently, outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's the one Monica Rambeau gets trapped in during the Marvels. There's a strong chance this is the same universe. The costumes match perfectly. The aesthetic lines up with comic and animated designs. If that's true, then Monica's arrival may have destabilized this universe, making it ready for an incursion. And when incursions happen, Doom enters the picture. Doom could take control of the Sentinels and use them to wipe out mutants, or something even worse. Either way, this is world-ending stuff. In the comics, during Time Runs Out and Secret Wars, X-Men weren't heavily involved because they were dealing with House of M, where Wanda says, "No more mutants," which wipes out most mutant kind. Marvel could adapt a version of this, but with a twist, because there's another major storyline here. Cyclops and the Phoenix Force. When Jean Grey dies, the Phoenix doesn't. It goes dormant, waiting for a new host. And in the comics, that host becomes Cyclops. When Phoenix takes over Cyclops, he becomes insanely powerful. And remember, Cyclops' optic blasts aren't heat. They're pure concussive energy, coming from an alternate dimension called the Punch Dimension. His eyes are literally portals. Now imagine that power amplified by the Phoenix Force. Marvel can do this, and the way Cyclops is portrayed here, angry, broken, desperate, it fits perfectly. Final thoughts. Magneto is openly talking about death, not survival, death. This is endgame level stakes. Everyone is dying, and this might be the perfect way to give the Fox X-Men universe a final farewell. I thought Deadpool and Wolverine would do that, but no, the Russos said, fine, we'll do it ourselves. And honestly, this is exactly how X-Men should go out. A final war, a massive sacrifice, and going out with a bang. We'll talk more once this officially releases in high quality, because that's when things will really get interesting. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.